A Disabled Person Reviews Disabled Meteor, Part 71, Shape of Water. This is a film. So basically, the plot of the film is that a woman named Eliza doesn't speak, hasn't since birth as far as she remembers, and she works as a janitor at a fancy government lab where she meets a humanoid amphibious creature dude, and then she teaches him sign language, and then they fall for each other, and it's an experience. Anyway, I'm conflicted on the disability in this one, leaning more toward the negative. On the positive side, though, Eliza has a lot of agency and confidence, she has solid friendships with people in her life, and she also has a sexuality and is an object of desire. We don't often get those traits from disabled characters very often. On the less positive side, she did have a dream sequence near the end of the film in which she sang a song as if to assure the audience not to worry because the actress playing her isn't actually disabled, so it's okay. And also imply that she dreams of being non-disabled, so we love that narrative choice. The other interesting narrative choice is that she refers to herself as a disabled woman as both incomplete and lacking, which is then furthered by the fact that the only two people who find her desirable are the human monster, the villain of the thing, who is creepy and weird. And also they did a bit of the disabled villainy trope with him with having his finger slowly die as he becomes more evil. And then the fish man, implying that the only desirous love a disabled woman can get is from outsiders, which on one level we have the aspects of monstrosity with all three of them, in that the white man is meant to be the monster, the fish man is understood by everyone as the monster, and the disabled people are viewed as monstrous generally, but it still feels very unsettling to me. Like, one of the narrative implications is that Eliza is literally a fish out of water, and by falling for Fishman, she sort of finds herself, which also explains the aggressive autistic coding that they had going on with her character, because that's an easy narrative tool to show an outsider. And I don't think there's anything wrong with the fact that disabled people often marry other disabled people, but the way the film portrayed it made it seem more like the only person who would desire her in a not creepy, fetishy, villain dude way would be one of her own kind. The thing I found most unsettling about all of this, though, well, other than the quality of the ASL, because they hired a non-disabled actress for the role, but we're going to table that for right now, is that her in a lab teaching ASL to a creature obviously clearly read to me as a recreation of the horrible experiments on teaching ASL to apes that were all the rage right around the same time this film takes place, which made the fact that she and the fishman fell for each other read as if like a human researcher had fallen for Kogo the ape, and that made the whole narrative sit really oddly in my brain, and I'm quite sure that was simply an oversight and those parallels weren't deliberate, but really ruined the film for me.